Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to be reading Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin and pictures by Betsy Lewin. Before we start reading, when we look at this picture of this book, what is the genre? If you said fiction, you are absolutely right. If you look, is this a photograph or an illustration? Right? It's an illustration. You can tell that somebody, Betsy over here, took her time in painting and drawing these pictures. And also, this morning we talked about personification. Do we remember what that is? Personification is when you give human characteristics to an animal, exactly. Right? So in this picture, our cows are typing. Can cows really type in real life? No, they cannot. So we definitely know it's going to be fiction, right? It's going to be a story to entertain us instead of teach us. Let's see. Click, clack, moo. Cows that type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Do we remember when we hear sound words in a story what that's called? That big O word? It's onomatopoeia. Say that, onomatopoeia. Right, an onomatopoeia is when we hear a sound word, a word that has a sound, right? Like click, clack, moo. All three of those make a sound exactly, right? And we now know what our problem is, right? Farmer Brown has a problem. And when we have a problem, how do we feel? Look at his face. How do you think he feels? If you are thinking angry or mad or frustrated, I agree with you, right? Look at that face, right? See, here's his cows typing all day long. Let's see why that is a problem for him. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Oh my goodness. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Right? Can cows write letters? I don't think so. Right? Do you think that Farmer Brown is going to give them their blankets? We'll have to see. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. Do you think the cows are very happy that Farmer Brown is not giving them what they want? Right. They don't get their blankets, so they're not going to give him any milk, right? They're being very stubborn. That's a good word for it. Right? Neither one of them wants to give the other person what they want. So let's see what happens. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. All right, there's our onomatopoeia again. What do you think they're going to say to Farmer Brown next? Let's see. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Right? So now we have the cows and the hens going on strike, not wanting, because they want those electric blankets. Right? Keep them warm. Do you think Farmer Brown's going to give them what they want? We'll have to see. The cows were growing very impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background he heard them. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Nobody seems very happy right now, huh? How do you think they're going to solve their problem? Cows that type, hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. What do you think furious means? If you're thinking very, very angry, you're right. Look at him over here. He looks very furious at his cows and his chickens. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Do you think that the cows and the hens are going to like him talking to them that way? Probably not. Right? When people are mean to us, does it make us want to give them what they want? I don't know. We'll see. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Right, so just like people don't always speak the same language, animals don't always speak the same language too, right? Cows can't talk to the pigs and the horses and the cats and the dogs and the sheep, right? Let's see what their answer is to Farmer Brown. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we'll send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. What do you think the word exchange means? They're going to exchange their typewriter for electric blankets. What do we think that means? If you're thinking trade, right, they're going to trade their typewriter for electric blankets. You're right. So let's see how Mr. Farmer Brown takes that. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with a typewriter. Look, the cows got their electric blankets. They made a good deal. He agreed. Look how much more warm and cozy they look, the hens and the cows. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. What changed in our onomatopoeia and our sound words? right? What is it? What happened? If you're thinking it's quack, not moo, because we have ducks, not cows, that's what I was thinking too, right? Now the ducks got the typewriter and they decided they want something too. What do they want? A diving board. Do you think that Farmer Brown's going to give them a diving board? Let's see what happens. Oh, what do you think? Did they get their diving board? Looks like they did to me. Our little duck jumped off his diving board. So in the end, everybody got what they want. Amazing. And we have our onomatopoeias, our sound words, right? We have our personification. Our cows and our ducks are acting like humans. They're talking to the farmer, right? Things that probably would not happen in real life. Thank you guys so much for listening and participating. I hope you liked this story. And now, go ahead and do your quizzes activity. The end.